At 19, I was so afraid of the big city that I ran back to my parents' farm. Have you ever felt so lost that you just needed to go back to where you started? 3 years have passed since that day. I am 22 now. Honestly, I am scared. The world is changing so fast with AI, and my parents are getting older. I haven't repaid them yet, but I am trying to build my life right here. Today, you will see what life on a Vietnamese farm really looks like. The quiet struggles, the muddy roads, and the simple food. At the end, I will show you my mom's kitchen and why she hasn't fixed it. Hi everyone, I am new. It is exactly 6 a.m. and my heart is already full of thoughts. The farm is completely quiet. I wake up and get ready for a new day. I brush my teeth and wash my face. The tap water is very cold in the morning. I look in the mirror and tell myself to do my best today. This is my mom. She is already busy outside. Our house is very old. You can see the green moss growing on the walls. It shows how many rainy seasons we have been through. It has been standing here for many years, keeping us safe. Looking at my mom right now, my heart feels heavy. Her life has never been easy. Her breakfast is incredibly simple. Just a bowl of white rice and a small piece of fish. She doesn't want to spend money on herself. She eats quickly so she can start working. She saves everything good for me. Does your mom also sacrifice like this? Let me show you what I mean inside. Let me show you my bedroom. My mom is over 50 years old now. She works extremely hard in the sun and rain every single day, but she never lets me feel poor. She provides fully for me. My room has everything I need to sleep and study comfortably. She gives me the best life she possibly can. Outside, our family raises a big flock of geese. Listen to them. They are very loud, but they are actually quite cute. The nature in the morning is perfectly peaceful. The air is so clean. It is 7 a.m. now. My feelings are much calmer than when I live in the busy city. It is time for my breakfast. I am going to ride out and find something warm to eat. Let's see how the country roads are doing today. The road from my house is very muddy today. It rained heavily last night. Many country roads around here are quite damaged now. It is bumpy, and you have to be careful. I finally arrived safely. Today, I am treating myself to bun bo, that is Vietnamese beef noodle soup. It is one of my favorite dishes. This local countryside restaurant is actually quite spacious. There are many tables and chairs around. It is very open and airy. I love eating in places like this. There is no waiting in line. Just find a seat and order. I can smell the delicious broth already. Here is my breakfast. A big hot bowl of bun bo. Look at those slices of rare beef on top. They are cooked perfectly by the hot soup. The broth is incredibly rich and flavorful. It is cooked with beef bones for many hours. In Vietnam, we always eat noodle soup with a lot of fresh herbs. It adds a nice crunch and a fresh taste. I add some lime juice and a little bit of chili. Usually, a big bowl like this costs less than $2 here. It is 7:30 a.m., 1.5 hours into my day. Eating a warm bowl of soup on a cool morning is the best feeling. The beef is very tender. The noodles are soft but slightly chewy. Every single bite warms my empty stomach. When I lived in the city, I used to eat fast food quickly before work. I did not really taste anything. Now, I take my time. I enjoy every single spoon of this rich broth. I'm so grateful for this simple meal. Food simply tastes better when you are not rushing. This bowl gives me enough energy for the whole morning. I'm eating slowly, watching people pass by outside. It makes me think about how fast time goes. Let me show you where they make this amazing soup. This is the cooking counter. You can see the fresh noodles ready in baskets, and a giant pot of bubbling broth smelling amazing. The owner has been selling here for years. The whole restaurant is very clean and well organized. They wipe the tables immediately after customers leave. That is always a good sign for local food. My stomach is full. Now, I am heading back home. The muddy road is waiting for me again. It is quite slippery. On the way, I pass by a neighbor's garden. You can see green leaves everywhere. Many people admire the peaceful country scenery. It looks beautiful from the outside, but there is a hard truth about this life. Let me tell you what people really think about us. I don't know how it is in your country, but here in Vietnam, when people hear the word farming, they immediately think of the word poor. They imagine a life of endless struggle. It is a hard label to carry. Look far into the distance. Do you see those giant wind turbines? Our province has invested quite a lot of money in green energy. The infrastructure is getting better. However, the reality on the ground is different. There are still many families struggling to make a living. Many houses still have leaky roofs. Progress is happening, but it has not reached everyone's dinner table yet. I am finally back home. It is 9 a.m. now. The sun is getting warm. The first thing I do is help my mom hang the clothes to dry. Doing chores together makes the work faster. She washes them by hand mostly. It is hard work for her older hands. I try to help her with physical tasks as much as I can. I wash the heavy blankets myself. It feels good to contribute. Every shirt I hang makes me realize how much she does for me without complaining. She never pressures me to succeed quickly. She just wants me to be happy. Let's walk to the back of our house. I want to show you something. This is our home garden. We grow many things here. Look at this big durian tree. My dad planted it a long time ago. It takes years for a durian tree to produce good fruit. Just like people, it needs time and patience to grow. And this is the vegetable garden right in front of our house. My parents plant these so we do not have to buy vegetables from the market. We eat fresh greens every single day. It saves us money. The green color makes the old yard feel alive. Our old house stands quietly behind the garden. It is truly colored by time. The paint is fading and the wood is wearing out. It has survived countless strong storms, but it holds all my childhood memories. My mom just came back from working in the garden. Look at her face. She looks absolutely exhausted. She has been bending over the soil for hours. I wipe the sweat off her forehead. Seeing her tired eyes is a wake-up call for me. I am going to be honest with you. I am terrified. I am scared that my parents are getting old, and I still haven't achieved anything to repay them. The world out there is changing so fast with AI, and I am just here. But I must study harder. I cannot let her sacrifices go to waste. We sit down in the shade to cool off. The breeze feels wonderful right now, drinking some hot tea and just chatting. These are the moments I treasure the most. She tells me about the crops, and I tell her about my day. It is simple, but it is everything. It is 11 a.m., time for me to focus on my future. I am practicing and studying Chinese right now. Learning a new language is my way of moving forward. I use free resources on the internet. It is difficult, especially studying alone at home. But I remember my mom's tired face, and it gives me motivation. I write the characters over and over again. I hope this skill will help me find a good remote job soon. After studying, I go straight to the kitchen. It is my turn to cook lunch for the family. I am making a few simple, everyday dishes. Nothing expensive, just warm home-cooked food. Cooking is also a way for me to clear my mind. I chop the garlic and wash the greens carefully. I taste the soup to make sure it is perfect. The smell of frying oil fills the room. I want my parents to eat well today, to give them some strength back. Do you remember the promise I made at the beginning of this video about showing you our kitchen? Well, here it is. This kitchen is very old and covered in green moss. My parents are simply too busy working to renovate it right now. But look at these simple dishes I just cooked. They look quite appetizing, right? I wanted to share more of my life with you today, but it started raining heavily. Today, you saw my mom's simple breakfast, the muddy roads, and our mossy house. It is not glamorous, but these old walls give me a safe place to heal. If you feel lost, it is okay to go back to your roots. If you have advice for someone starting over at 22, tell me below. I read every comment. If you want to keep seeing real life in Vietnam, subscribe. I ran from the city, but I found myself at home. Next video, I explore an amusement park 50 kilometers away. See you there.